Okay, it's been a long time coming. We finally got it. And we were finally going to get to start Baldur's Gate. I know very little about this other than it was Game of the Year. People seem to really like it, and it's based in Dungeons and Dragons. From there, that's about it. Oh, and it was done by Larian Studios. I knew that too. All right. Oh, end users. Yeah, we'll accept. Yes, please. Don't worry, we'll cut it out for YouTube. Let's go. New game. I always like to just start with the balance. Let's just start. Hello, my fellow nerds, and thanks again for watching another episode of Nerdboy Gaming. I am Nerdboy81. Well, we are about to begin our journey on Baldur's Gate. Now, this is our first time playing. I'm going in completely blind, but for some context, I started this playthrough back in August of 2024, so I know there's been a couple updates since then, so some content may be a little bit older than what is out today, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I've never played this. I'm a huge fan of D&D. I love the basis of it. I've never played any of the Baldur's Gates that came before this, so I'm excited to jump in. This is Game of the Year. I hear like this is a great game. Everybody I talk to says it's wonderful, so I look forward to getting in and diving in. Now, about the time I recorded this, I probably have 30 or 40 hours into the game, so there's a lot more to come. This is just a taste of the very first episode of our jump into this game. Now, I will tell you this. I don't know any of the quests, the characters, or anything like that. And for the most part, I tried to do some fun edits to keep it moving along. There's some definite narrative scenes where, where I'm letting it play out. But hopefully, if you like this, let me know. Leave some comments below. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the first episode of my first time playing Baldur's Gate number 3. Well, that's no fun. Little brainworms. We're going to keep them turned on. Oh boy. Let's go custom, why not? Jumping into Baldur's Gate 3 blind is like stepping into a maze with no map, no torch, and the unsettling feeling that every turn could lead to disaster. Oh, they're picking all that, does all of that. Okay, so let's start with... These are the origin characters. Okay, so you can play as people who have already been built. We're not going to play with those. We're going to do custom. Why not? You've always felt you had a great calling, but it has never been born. Alright, so this is Ray, so... Oops. Character creation alone feels like a trap. Too many choices and so much information. How do you choose your class? What impact will it have, if any? Am I setting myself up for failure? Will certain races give me an edge? Or am I accidentally locking myself out of important interactions? There's no way to know, and thus every decision feels weighted. Character creation generally should be fun, but if you're anything like me, it quickly turns into an existential crisis. Okay, so I could spend a lot of time doing this. The second I see the endless options, race, class, background, abilities, my brain short circuits. What if I pick the wrong one? What if I end up regretting this 20 hours in? What if there's a better option? I try to be logical, but suddenly every decision feels like I'm choosing my fate. Do I want to be a wizard? Sure, but what if magic sucks? Maybe a rogue, but what if I regret not having cool spells? And then I see the barbarian and think simple, strong, safe, but what if I get bored? Before I know it, I've spent so much time cycling through options while the game patiently waits for me to get my life together. Oh, you mean I have to manually decide how smart or strong I want to be? I barely know my own strengths and weaknesses in real life, and now I have to determine them for an imaginary person? I distribute points randomly, then panic. Did I just ruin my build? Is my character secretly awful? Should I Google a guide? I won't, but I probably should. Eventually, I just accept my fate, hit confirm, and pray that I didn't just create a character doomed to die in every fight.
Let's do that.
Even picking the spells is a gamble. Will I actually use this? Or will I regret not taking something better when I'm knee-deep in a fight I'm not prepared for? I mean, after all, I have no idea what's to come. And after all that soul-crushing indecision, I still have to figure out how I want to look. Because, of course, my character's survival hinges on whether I pick the right nose shape. Suddenly, I'm debating things I've never thought about in my life. Do I want sharp, chiseled features that scream mysterious and brooding? Or do I embrace the goblin energy and go full chaos? Is the haircut practical for battle? Why are there so many eyebrow options? I don't spend too much time fine-tuning every detail.
Oh, jeez.
Convinced that if I get it wrong, worst case, I'll be stuck staring at a regretful face for the next 100 hours or so.
Genitals is default, the fact that you can... Holy moly. Okay, so this game definitely...
Whoa. So, nudity is going to be a thing. That's a bit unexpected.
Sure, we'll go with Tave. Why not?
And if all that decision wasn't enough, now I have to pick a guardian. For what exactly? I have no idea. So Tav, the sage wizard, is born. And with that, we begin the journey of what is to come. If the game is like the character creation, then my journey of indecision, choices, and understanding of this game is going to be a lot more than I anticipated.
Okay. Flying squid pants.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's probably not good, dude. By the time you get up to that bell, it's probably gonna be a little late. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's nasty. Oh. Sticks it into its machine. Dragons now too. Baldurs Gate. It's the very beginning. It's the very beginning too.
Game Riders save the day. I don't know. What plane are we on? Not good. And so it begins, and the first thing I need to do is figure out the basic controls. If you have watched any of my other first-time playings, you'll know I do not read enough, guess too much, and this will probably be a painful process. Open journal to learn more. How does one open the journal? It's not that button. That's the map. This is the map of your surroundings. Awesome. Find the way out. This button do? That's not that button. This button brings here. Okay. Okay. This must be something. Of course, the moment the game actually starts, my brain decides it's time to clock out. All that stress over character creation, gone. Now I'm just blindly running forward, skimming over tutorial messages like their terms of service agreements, and immediately forgetting every piece of crucial information the game is trying to teach me. I do not know how to play. Use the journal for quest information? Cool. I won't do it, but then in 10 minutes I'll start asking, how do I get to my quest information? Hold A to search? Sure, I can do that. Hit A to interact? You're crazy. I will, for the next hour, do it the hard way. Thanks anyway. Instead of absorbing the mechanics like a reasonable person, I insist on learning the hard way. I realize I ignored the game's instructions. Could I just read the screen and avoid unnecessary suffering? Absolutely. Will I? Probably not. Needless to say, I am not the greatest gamer. At this moment, the catatonic stare, that's just my brain trying to figure out what I have gotten myself into. Even opening a simple door can prove difficult and humbling. Eventually this will get easier, I'm sure. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I'd argue you can. It just takes a lot of trial, error, and generous amounts of patience. I can learn. I will learn. But let's be honest, it's not going to be pretty. Expect plenty of fumbling, misplaced button presses, and me confidently doing the exact wrong thing over and over. Progress will happen, just at a pace that would make a sloth look efficient. And while I could show every painful moment of this learning curve, let's all agree that nobody wants to sit through that. I mean, do you really want to watch me spend 5 minutes lost in the menu, trying to remember which button opens my inventory, or see me repeatedly search an area instead of interacting with an object? Looking like I'm trying to intimidate a door with my raw athleticism? No. No need for that. So for the sake of everyone's sanity, let's fast forward through the worst of it and pretend that I'm at least mildly competent and, of course, entertaining.
Doesn't do anything.
Because of my inability to read the screen and take the time to learn, I can get a bit overwhelmed, especially in a game with so much happening and so many things and possibilities. At the same time, I find myself extremely entertained by the exact thing that makes me overwhelmed.
His head is...
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place you'll free us. Please. Before they return. They return.
Who am I talking to? A man or a brain?
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
You sound afraid. Why?
The enemy. So many enemies.
I think you are past the point of saving. Tell me what to do.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Inspect the exposed brain.
it doesn't seem good to me, but... 8.
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where it strains against the shell of the skull.
Attempt a cerebral extraction. So this part's a bit graphic. Let's watch something more PG.
The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more...
We are free. Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are needed.
What's at the helm?
The brain tenses, as though querying an unseen advisor.
Do you not hear it? We will not survive here. We are needed to navigate. We are needed to leave this realm.
All right, let's go.
To the helm we go. We are going to the helm.
Okay, to the helm we go.
For the next bit of time, I was desperately trying to figure things out. I tried searching every item, reading every book or prompt, hoping the game's hidden lore holds the key to understanding mechanics I didn't even know existed. I won't make you watch me fail too much. There will be plenty of moments where I wander around aimlessly or forget what I was supposed to be doing, but I'll spare you the entire process. I will, however, be back for the good stuff, like when I walk into fire and nearly die.
Don't want to go in the fire.
And with that, I discovered something. I can switch characters. I'm sure that'll come in handy along the way.
We will wait for you.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
My head. What is this? Skvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
What made you think I was a thrall?
We carry Mind Flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted.
Got it.
Within days, we will be Geich, Mind Flayers.
Oh, that's no good.
What do you suggest?
First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. As for that thing, it will remain tame as long as it believes we are thralls. It may be of use in the fight to come.
Alright, I'm stepping into my
these
first
things.
combat encounter in Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm feeling pretty confident. After all, I've played D&D before. How hard can it be? Well, it turns out harder than I thought. The turn-based combat isn't the issue. I know the rules. It's the controls, the mechanics that are throwing me off. What is the action? What is a bonus action? How to move? How to end a turn?
I don't want to take any of these actions. Who am I?
All things the in-game tutorial
Oh, my
probably
God.
gave me, but at this point, I'm not even sure why I have that turned on. I mean, I don't read it. Additionally, I'm trying to figure out my character. The other characters in my party. What class is each one? What do they do? As I figure this out, hopefully somewhat quickly, combat will be much faster, thanks to the magic of editing. Yes, I know, I'm a slow learner, and yes, it definitely shows.
I will ascend.
Okay, so I think these are bonus action.
This game 100% scratches that Dungeons & Dragons itch. I love Dungeons & Dragons. I watch Critical Role regularly. I've watched hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours of their content. But unfortunately for me, no one in my inner circle really wants to play. They're not a big nerd like me. So this game is fulfilling a need for me, and that is making it special.
I got it. Okay. Cool.
What now? You proved surprisingly adequate in battle.
I sure did.
Now, to the helm.
In games, and maybe life, I tend to be a bit of a hoarder, scared of leaving anything behind, especially important loot. So I search every body and collect everything I can.
Only taking this stuff and sell it, I think. Oh, whoa. Okay, dokey pokey.
Ah, that moment of discovery. It's in this moment, in the first few hours, from character creation to the systems and the browsing, the inventory screen, it really sinks in the absolute depth of this game and what is to come. Even in the early hour of this game, I'm starting to get that feeling, that magic spark, that this is going to be a game that I'll want to play for a very, very long time.
Alright, we're getting the hang of this.
Won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
Sure, Joe. I am totally getting the hang of this as I light myself on fire. Again.
Death's close ahead.
My hoarder tendencies are coming out again. Did I miss loot? Better double check. Yep. Can't leave anything behind.
Sorry, guys. Can't leave anything behind. I only got 8 points, so you get your.
Sure, I've stumbled through the first combat, misclicked my way through menus, and accidentally set myself on fire twice. But I'm still standing. Deep down, I know this is just the very beginning. The basics, the tutorial, and I've only just scratched the surface. I'm very aware that there's no way I'm getting through this without looking like a complete fool at least a dozen or so more times. But for now, I'm riding high on my first small victories.
I could have saved that potion.
Gate machinery. I can make more sense of it.
She made them style.
As we enter battle again, this time with a little more confidence. Us moves into melee and does a claw attack that'll end it.
On the move.
Lazelle moves forward and will use her dash action to take another round of movement and end her turn. The cultist will attack us using Acid Splash. Tav will cast Magic Missile at first level, sending all 3 strikes at the enemy, dropping them in a single attack. Okay, the fight is done. Hey, I could just pull these levers and not worry about what happens. What's that screaming? Oh, never mind. Just pull the next one.
Already dead.
For now, I'll just ignore the person screaming, "Get me out!" I'm sure it's not important. It's way more important to search everything nearby.
I don't have to.
The
I
console
don't know what I'm
appears
doing.
dormant.
This will take me a little
Truer
bit, sure.
words have never been spoken.
The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket. Nothing. The console
If at first you can't figure it out,
remains
just
dormant.
kick it. True Dungeons and Dragons style.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing.
Do you hear that? It's the sound of the gears in my head, grinding, trying to figure out what to do. If I could show a representation of what that looks like, that's what it would be. Remember that feeling I just had about feeling good about the progress? Yeah, well, back to misclicking, back to not knowing what to do, back to looking like a fool. As I sit here editing this gameplay, it's honestly a little painful to watch. It's like watching someone who clearly doesn't understand the most basic mechanics of the game. It's painful to watch because in hindsight, it's so obvious. All I have to do is walk up and hit A, and yet I'm overcomplicating it by holding A and searching, and I keep wondering why nothing is happening. I just keep thinking, there must be a trick to this. Is there something I missed? Meanwhile, I'm just wasting time, my character looking like an idiot as I completely ignore the most basic interaction. How long will it take me to figure this out? Probably longer than it should. let's just cut to the moment in my future when I finally realize what I needed to do, even if I take the longest path to get there.
You! Get me out of this damn thing! We have no time for stragglers.
Of course we do.
There's magic at work here. What kind?
Let's go.
Warding runes. You feel them drawing energy from the console near to the pod.
Yeah, I know that.
Are you satisfied? We need to go.
This thing's magically linked to that console. Let me see what I can do.
Hurry! Please!
It's gonna be the same thing.
The console appears dormant.
Oh, wait.
And just like that, I
it
learned
just
a
was out of
valuable
order.
lesson. Order of operations can make a difference in
The
interaction.
console hums to life.
Take a closer look at the powered up console.
Come on. Big numbers. Yeah, we got a +5 here, so 22. Boom. Big numbers.
The pulsing glow and organic lines of the device make it seem more like a beating heart than a machine. Perhaps it will open the nearby pod.
Place your hand on the console.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. The parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Will the pod to open.
Roll one.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
At last. I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a gift with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Dangerous company is what you need in a fight.
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
I love it.
Did you feel what I felt just before we were in each other's
I
heads?
did. It must be because of those parasites they put in us.
That
But
is
that'll
true.
have to wait. Are we going to help each other or not?
Of course.
All right then, let's get going. I'm Tav.
Shadowheart. One moment.
What's that?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
Agreed.
She's right. Lead on.
How's everybody's health? Everybody's looking good? Okay.
A new companion and we move on. There's something thrilling about starting a new game, especially when it's one that's been on your radar for a while. That excitement of jumping into something fresh with all its mysteries and challenges, this one being based on Dungeons and
How
Dragons
many
just
hosts of
scratches
this
that
gate are
itch.
infected?
A dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
There's a weird joy to not knowing what's coming next, where the story's going to go, but for now I'm intrigued and excited to see what is around the next corner.
As you place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
Uh-oh. It's
crushed at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
What's even better is how much I'm enjoying the process. Sure, it's a bit chaotic and I'm definitely making mistakes along the way, but that's part of the fun too.
It's already finished.
Every time I learn something new, it feels like a mini victory. Opening the door the correct way makes the journey feel rewarding. Cool. It's a reminder that the joy of gaming isn't just the end game, it's the growth, the exploration, and the moments where you look back and realize you finally figured something out.
Controls next to the pod. Here goes nothing. Could mean anything.
It's only in editing that I realize things or see things I missed while playing. It was at this moment that I realized that I was directly responsible for changing that person to a mind flare. Would they have changed had I not touched the console? I may never know.
Mind flayer stares at you, weak and dazed.
At the start of a new game, you're just stumbling around, unsure of what to do and where to go. Lost in this unfamiliar word, trying to figure out the basics, and my brain has locked into one idea. Holding A is the answer to everything. I've used A to interact with objects before, so naturally I'm holding it down on everything in sight. At least I'm committed to the process. Even if it's just holding A and hoping for the best at every turn instead of just clicking A. I'm a bit lost and begin exploring the area, repeating a lot of the same steps, convinced that I'm doing something different each time. Walk up to an object, hold A to search, wander off to try something new, then come back and do it all over again, thinking that maybe this time something will change. Eventually, I find my way.
We are nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Hey, let's work as a team.
Cane yank.
We work as a team here, kids. That's not good.
Thrall, connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Gate after we escape.
Connect the nerves. Nerves! We will connect them.
Us moves into melee and does a claw attack. Critical hit. The Mind Flayer does a Mind Blast on Commander Zalk. It's Shadowheart's first turn, a new character, which means new toys to explore. After spending a few minutes reviewing my options, Shadowheart uses her movement to get into striking range of the Lesser Hellboar to inflict wounds and misses. With her bonus action, she shoves the Hellboar back.
Taking position.
Lae'zel moves into flanking position with the same Hellboar and does a critical main hand attack, killing the boar.
Survival is all that matters. One day, I'll catch a break.
Tav moves forward and casts magic missiles, sending 2 missiles to a lesser imp and 1 to the Mind Flayer. Yes, I did attack an ally. After all, he did kidnap us. All 3 hit, killing the imp and ending her turn. Commander Zalk is stunned. Us will use its movement to close ground and get into position. The Mind Flayer will use a tentacle lash on Commander Zalk.
Have to keep going.
Shadowheart continues moving forward and casts Sacred Flame on Commander Zalk, who saves, ending her turn.
No time to wait.
Christ.
Azel pushes forward and uses the dash action to double her distance.
Choice but to keep going. Light on my feet.
Tav uses her movement to get in range and casts Magic Missile at level 1, targeting Commander Zulk with all 3 missiles. Commander Zulk attacks the Mind Flayer and rolls a 1 for a critical miss. Us moves into flanking position on Commander Zulk and does a claw attack. The Mind Flayer does another tentacle lash at Commander Zulk and misses. Shadowheart uses all her movement and uses the dash action to move further towards the terminal.
Hurry, before they strike.
And uses her bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on herself.
Taking position.
Lae'zel moves into range and shoots an arrow at the lesser imp. Tav moves up the stairs and casts Blade Ward on herself. Commander Zulk attacks the Mind Flayer with his main hand attack. Us will take a claw attack on Zulk. The Mind Flayer will do another tentacle lash on Zulk. Hit. The Lesser Hellboard will move in and attack Shadowheart, dealing 5 points of damage, but not breaking her concentration. Shadowheart attacks the Hellboar with her main hand attack, wielding an axe. She attempts a shove and fails. Lae'zel will do a lacerate attack on the same Hellboar, ending the enemy, and with her bonus action will do a pummel attack on a lesser imp, dazing it.
Or you break.
Another imp in the area will shoot a fiery bolt towards Lae'zel. It misses. The imp will use its movement to get into melee with her.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Tav moves towards the terminal and casts Ray of Frost on the imp, inflicting only 2 points of damage. The dazed imp attacks Lae'zel and misses. Zulk attacks the Mind Flayer and misses. Us will do a claw attack on Zulk and just miss. The Mind Flayer will hit Zulk with a Mind Blast, stunning the commander. Shadowheart runs forward and, seeing the terminal in range, uses her action to dash to get to the terminal.
Better get to it. Forward, Istik. Before
Boom! A new achievement and victory.
The Helm's alien
Sweet
transponder.
victory.
You made it in time.
Boom. We have made it out, maybe? We are coming in hot. We're coming in hot. Who did that? Well, there you guys have it. That's episode number 1 of my first time playing Baldur's Gate. I am loving this game, and like I mentioned at the beginning, I've got a lot of hours already recorded. I absolutely love this game. If you guys like this and want to see more, make sure you leave a comment below, throw up those thumbs, subscribe. This will be, if you guys want to see it, there'll be more of this to come. And if you guys are interested in seeing the longer uncut versions of this, we can certainly make that happen. I do have a membership, but right now there's nothing on it. But if we had some members joining, I'd be happy to, throw these in there and put some more of the uncut action, so to speak, that goes along with it. But guys, thank you so much for coming along. If you liked it, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll continue the series going forward. Really enjoying this game, and it's a lot of fun. So I look forward to hearing from you. And until next time, guys, have a great day.